everybody, you're watching Michigan Farmer 421. I'm Clyde, and today we are back working on the Fummins. So since the last video, which I believe on this truck was the Cummins 2.0 update, I have got the transmission back from the shop and have got it installed. Now, not completely installed, it's just bolted up. We have to do torque converter bolts and fluids, and then drive shafts and wiring, and we should have it back to where we want it. And then I'm going to kind of try to tuck the exhaust out of the way. That way we can maybe take it for a test drive. We shall see. This truck hasn't moved on its own power for probably 7 months, 8 months, because of the 6.9 in the transmission going So, yep, we're just going to dig right into this, and I'll show you what we're doing. So, here we go. Okay, we're back underneath the truck here. We got the T-case also installed last night. Everything is bolted up from this frame, cross member, and then back. I got the trans lines hooked up. I got that wiring plugged in. And it's kind of dark under here, I apologize. That wiring plugged in. I got to do some transfer case wiring, which is just one plug. And then we're going to work on either fluids or drive shafts. I might put the rear drive shaft on, and then, well, maybe not. We shall see. I don't want any fluid coming out of the back of the T-case. That's why I'm considering putting it on. But, yeah, we shall see, and then we'll go from there. So, here we go. All right, just a little update here. We got all of our drive line and shafts done. Let me move up here a little bit here. Front one's done. I have put the fluid in the transfer case, and then have also put 17 quarts of fluid into the transmission. I'm going to back up 10 feet because that's what the transmission guy said to do. And we're going to check it. He says check it 15 times. I'm going to check it 15 times because that's the way we're going to roll. So 10 feet from the wheelbase is right about here. It's actually 11. Like you said, I could go over a little bit. Just not a lot. But we're also going to try to put on the skid plate and stuff while we're at it, because I just remembered to do that. And then we're going to take her out for a test drive. I cross my fingers, and I'm going to take out the spare tire, too. That way it doesn't crush anything in the bed of this truck. Because I put everything in the bed of this truck, that way it's easy access, and I know where it is. And I cleaned off the shop workbench, that way I don't lose anything. So, yeah, so we're going to keep moving along here, and we'll go from there. Okay, I have double-checked it again. It seems to be... The fluid seems to be in a pretty good state right now. I'm working on cleaning things up, and I'm going to see if I can back it out of here on its own power. One thing I also forgot to do is we have to add our tuner. So I'll show you my tuner here. So it's a SP KIDS tuner. It is very, very simple. So for each letter you press, you get a certain power boostage. We have it plugged in down to the other. Down here where the summer cord goes, and this thing says it'll put out 110 more horsepower. Now the transmission might not be able to hold up to it, but yeah, that's why we're probably gonna take this off. But yes, you know, we can, like, you know, press O U R T, and then, you know, you can press the load, the sour and then sweet button. Yeah, that tuner works out very, very well. Yeah. Actually, that's not our transmission tuner. Of course, the other transmission tuner is down here. I could probably turn on my... There we go. Mark. And that one is all wired up and ready to go. I gotta figure out our power converter. That way we can hook up a laptop and take this thing down the road. But yeah, this Sour Patch tuner, not Sour Patch, SPKIDS tuner is for sale for $2,000. All right, here we go. 7, 8 months of work. We're going to see if this thing rolls. A lot of trial and error. I think it's going to. And if it doesn't, we'll figure it out. So, yep, we're going to start this bad boy up, back her up 10 feet, and check the transmission fluid. So here we go. Okay, so I did take it for a little test drive. It moves. I haven't messed with the controller tuner yet to see if I'll upshift and downshift. And it just looks like it's going to start to rain. And of course, I have all my tools still in the back of the truck. And I'm going to organize all of this again and get it all sorted out. But we do have a little bit of a transmission oil pan leak. I'm going to actually blow it out and see if I can put some gasket maker around there. The pan is old, and I think there was gasket maker on there from when they put the 6.9 in. And I'm going to blow it out all the way around and put gasket maker in there. It's a common thing is what people do. But of course I would have removed the pan, but I have just put 17 quarts of oil in there. So I'm going to try putting it on the outside first. If it still leaks, then we'll drain the oil. And I'm going to figure out how we can drain the oil without making a mess. If I have to go that far. But we're not going to. We're going to pump up the air compressor. We're going to get the nozzle, blow all the way around, get my gasket maker that was really expensive and sitting in my toolbox drying out, which is this stuff. It's the Permatex Ultra Black Advanced Formula. Maximum oil resistance, which is what I would like to do, is have as much resistance as oil leaks as thing. I was expecting some leaks. It's just I wasn't expecting these leaks. Leaks, golly, not the cat, but I was expecting some coolant lines and everything else, but no. And we're also going to see if we can try to oil up our belt tensioner. It's squeaking pretty bad. There must be some dirt in there or something. I remember the farm truck over there. Focus. There we go. The farm truck had a belt squeak for a long time, but it eventually went away. So I don't know what we did there to make it stop. But I'm going to just grab this little blue can right here probably and just squirt it in there and hope for the best. But I also have to clean up my mess. And then it turns out there are 2 different types of bottles that I used for ATF. Same Mercon 5, but they have different logo design. So I think that was kind of weird. But yeah, so we're going to keep chugging away at this. I'm going to work on that oil pan first and get that gasket maker on there and get it to start drying out. So yeah, here we go. Okay, I have got my truck mud flaps off, and the reason why is when I put those on, I did not paint the angle iron that was holding them. So I now painted it white. I might do a second coat. I probably will, but I'm going to let that dry for most of the day, and then I'll slap on a second coat either after lunch or in the afternoon. But I would like to get that put back on today, so I need it to start drying as soon as possible. But yeah, fun fact, these are semi-truck mud flaps. I cut them down to size. I took off a bunch of it, and they work pretty well. I don't like them having them behind the wheel because they are prone to be ripped off if you have like a flat or something. So I put them back here for stone protection for the other cars that would be behind me. I am a nice person, so if I'm going down a dirt road, I don't like people throwing rocks at my truck. Because this truck has got a lot of rocks thrown at it from other people. And hopefully we'll get that stuff fixed someday. So, but the transmission does move and drive. I'm not going to take it out test driving just yet. Because I did pump up all the tires, but I got to work on some other stuff before I do that. I'm going to try to get some other parts of the exhaust done. That way it's not all coming into the cab. So yeah, I'm going to probably figure out my exhaust and we'll go from there. So here we go. It's been 3 to 4 hours since the last clip, and we have now got the exhaust mounted. I have 4 mounting places for it. We have our custom bent, doesn't look that great, but it's sturdy. Our custom made exhaust hanger here, and then right here it is bolted. That I had to use that clamp to let's see if I can get in here. Use the clamp to connect the 2 pieces, and then it had that little hanger right here on it. So I just bolted it up to there. Another hanger is right here, and then of course they're connected there, and then connected here, and then there's another hanger to where these 2 bolts are, and you can kind of see that flex pipe go up into the engine bay. Now there is a little bit of rubbing in some spots. I'm working on adjusting it correctly to where it will not rub. But right now, while I am waiting for my, I'm gonna come out of here because there's gonna be a dust storm coming. While I'm waiting for my white angle iron to dry, which it's getting pretty dry. I'm gonna have to make sure I wash my hands before I handle that and put my mud flaps back on. I'm gonna start cleaning up my tools that are in my bed. I gotta get all these miscellaneous bolts and stuff that were from the Cummins and the 6.9. Like these are transmission bolts and all that. Get all of those and put them in a box here and just clean up some stuff and get ready for her first test drive out on the road. I'm gonna read through the quick 4 shift controller manual again to make sure I have everything set correctly and it's not like on a E4 or a 4R100 and we drain and grind the gears. So we're gonna keep working on that and keep plugging away here. So here we go. Alright, I'm not gonna put the mud flaps back on because we're gonna take it for a test drive. I'm gonna have 2 cameras set up. I'm gonna have my dash cam on the front and then I'm gonna put this camera like right here. And hopefully that'll be good enough. We're going to go like a quarter mile down the road, stop, check everything, make sure we're good. There is going to be a belt squeal due to our transmission tensioner, I think is bad. If we burn up a belt, then we might have another problem. But we should be able to get back home if we have that problem. If a trans line blows off, I got to make sure I keep an eye out on that, so we're not going to be real hard on it right away. So yeah, we're going to get it set up and we're going to get rolling. Here we go. Okay, we are back for my test drive. I took 2 or 3 different test drives and it drives okay. I can't get it to shift yet. I am working on some software issues. I think that's within the tuner, but those come and I'll have those figured out. I also need a computer that has a battery, a laptop that actually stays charged to control the tuner right away. That way we could adjust where we want to tune. But other than that, the truck is like ready to go. Of course we got body work, but that'll wait till later. So yeah, if you like this video on the Cummins truck, we are proud to say it is now finished about. And if you're new here, subscribe. And yes, so thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one.